bad in Eddy County, and I'm a patriot. And I'm just curious. I'm not knocking this flag that's up here, but I want to know where the American flag is. You know what? What is this deal? It may be for a good cause, but it's not the American flag. It ought to be hanging down below the American flag. And I'm going to tell you, the reason this country's in the shape it's in is because we kicked God out. Without God, we've got nothing. And the one world order is on its march. And I believe before this year's over, you're going to see the American dollar thrown out and an Amero dollar introduced. Well, it's coming. It's coming. And I believe that if this administration is not the Antichrist, then they're going to usher the Antichrist in. That's what I believe. You know, there's about 300 or 400 or 500 people here. There ought to be 20,000 people here. This country's in the shape it's in because we sit at home, we don't stand up. We call our senators, for the bailout. Americans call the senators 200 to 1 against the bailout, and they voted for it anyway. It's because they're bailing themselves out, people. And they're selling us out down the pike. There was a mention about the 16th Amendment a while ago. Well, let me tell you, the 16th Amendment was never ratified. And that's documented fact. And on top of that, the Supreme Court ruled that the 16th Amendment gave Congress no new taxing powers. They had no income tax powers before the 16th Amendment, and they sure don't have any now. And I challenge everybody here, especially the politicians, you go bring me a copy of a statute of law for a federal tax or an income tax. They don't exist. The IRS and the government operate entirely out of fear and intimidation and lies. And the lies are getting bigger and worse, and they're selling us farther out down the line all the time. And what a lot of people don't understand, you're supposed to pay your taxes so you're paying your fair share. Well, your fair share is nothing but extortion money, people. It's documented fact, and you can call Ron Paul, congressman out of Texas, get with his group, and those studies have been done. There's not one penny of the income tax, individual income tax, that goes to run this country. It's poured into a Federal Reserve that is a private banking cartel and always has been. It's time for revolution. You know, our federal government is destroying the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. They're taking every right away from us. The Supreme Court has ruled that if you don't stand up and be a belligerent claimant for your constitutional rights, you don't have it. What are the courts for if they're not supposed to be there to protect our rights? A good way to straighten this country up some is to impeach these politicians. Put somebody in there to stand up and do what's right. They're supposed to be up there representing us, not representing who's bad in their pockets. And that's what it's turned into. These long terms, they get in there for 20, 30 years. They get wealthy. That's why they go to be politicians. You know, the Constitution clearly states that the president is supposed to be a natural-born citizen. But if Obama is a natural-born citizen, why doesn't he just show us his birth certificate? The last count I heard, he'd spent $80,000 taxpayers' money fighting it. What? You know, I don't know. I've heard Ron Paul say that they were given 2 hours to read the bailout, the first AIG bailout paperwork. Had to be crammed through that day. Several thousand pages. There's no way they could read it. And then they were forced to vote on it. Why didn't they all get up and walk out? They sold us out on the bailout, every one of these bailouts. I'm going to tell you why they sold us out, because they're bailing themselves out. It's their money that's up there where the banks are and all that. After that 2 hours, they had to vote on it, so they voted it in. Then Obama left it on his desk for 5 days before he ever signed it, because he went on a trip. I don't know how many of you paid attention to the Patriot Act, but every one of us standing here today is a terrorist.
Yes, sir.
I guarantee you, if you own a gun, if you're a Christian, if you're standing up against the government, you're a patriot. I mean, you're a terrorist. They're probably taking our pictures now, because they don't know me, people. They know who I am. Because I have a federal lawsuit against them for 15.5 months. There's been 3 motions made by the IRS, and they backed out 2 of them. The judge threw the other one out. My lawsuit's not over with, but I don't ever back down. I've drawn the line, and we all need to draw the line. At some point, we've got to start fighting back. And there's nothing better than being a martyr for God. Read the Bible. It says that in the Bible. If we don't bring God back into this country, it's lost. As far as the Second Amendment goes, we all know what the Second Amendment is. What our forefathers, if you spent the time to read the Articles of Confederation and all the paperwork, there's tons in the archives of what our forefathers wrote down explaining what they meant by everything they put in the Constitution or the Bill of Rights. And it clearly says we have an individual right to protect ourselves, mainly against our government, against government tyranny. According to the NRA in 2008, there's 7 billion rounds of ammo sold. I've got 8,000 of them. And about to get it all done. I'm going to shut up. But fair tax is unconstitutional. The income tax is part of the Communist Manifesto, along with public schools. You don't have to take my word for anything I'm saying here today. Go to the library and start looking this stuff up. Send the Freedom of Information Act request to your politicians. Ask them for a statute of liberty, statute of law for an income tax. It ain't there. If you get any answer out of them at all, it'll just be lies. So, rock and load.